Welcome back to Kamen Rider Battride War Genesis. Next up is Decade. Or Decade if you prefer. Decade is a anniversary rider. He was introduced to celebrate, I believe it was the 35th anniversary of Kamen Rider. And his powers were sort of celebratory based as a result. He had very few abilities of his own. He would turn into other riders and use their abilities to sort of get by. He was told, okay, I should start from the beginning. Tsukasa, that is an amnesiac. That's a pretty popular trope. He worked at a camera store just to sort of pass the time while he figured out who he was. He became Kamen Rider Decade and was swiftly informed that the various rider worlds, were threatened. They were all sort of at war with each other. He was told this by Kiva, who's right there, of course. He's from the series just before Decade. He was told that he had to, and it was extremely unclear, he had to either destroy all the worlds or unite all the worlds. And honestly, he wasn't too keen on either one, but he was told either way that he would have to defeat every rider. A lot of this was left pretty vague, and he was still without a memory, so it was really hard for him to trust anyone at their word. All he did know is that as he traveled from series to series, he had innate knowledge and skills related to those worlds. So he has pretty basic gun and sword abilities. His handful of special moves come from cards. His shtick is a card-based system, so he can scan in Attack, Ride, Blast, and it upgrades his gun abilities. There's Attack, Ride, Slash, which you can see through quick flashes multiplies his sword. And then, of course, the finisher. Final Attack, Ride, Decade. It's all pretty basic stuff. Now, because he's an anniversary rider and because he gets access to all of the previous shows, he can cheat big time. And I'll give you an example of that. There will be an episode coming up where I deal with Kamen Rider Kabuto's world. And a major ability in that show is the ability to slow time. All of the major enemies can slow time, and therefore the good guys' systems have been upgraded so they can do the same. So, if I slow time down, I pretty much get free reign over kicking everyone's ass. No, only one other rider series has dealt with slowing down time. So that gives him a pretty unfair advantage right off the bat. But he can also mix it up. You know, let's just say, for example, that these riot troopers can only be affected by certain weapons. Well, I just use Phis. Oh yeah, the finisher's always the same. But Phis himself has the ability to freeze enemies in their spot. He's got sword powers. He's got punch powers. All around, he's a solid tech rider. As in, he uses technology. Get out of there. I got my eye on that prize. Yes. Or say, magic is a problem. Just use Hibiki. And it goes on like this. Now, so far he only has the abilities of the first 10 rider series that took place after 2000, the year 2000. So, from Kuga all the way up to Kiva. But that's still a good enough spread that he is essentially the strongest rider as a result. If he can use all of their abilities freely. Well, there's kind of not a lot tactically that you can do against him because each rider is restricted by what they can do within their own world, of course. What else can I say? There's, it was actually a bit of a landmark series in two ways. Kamen Rider and its sort of companion series, Super Sentai Power Rangers, for North American audiences, would always start and finish in January. So they would do a one-year-long series and then change it up in January every time. Decade was only about 30-some episodes long, so it ended in September, which set the new precedent. All Rider series after that point would start airing in September while Sentai stayed in January. I suspect partly to help split up the schedule for the TV studio so that they're not trying to make two completely new shows at the exact same time. Spreads it out a little bit. Let's see here. The character's fresh, so I can only use so many rider cards, but obviously I unlock the rest as he levels up. See, look how unfair this is. And it's one thing to have these abilities in Kabuto's world, because everybody does. It had to be inbuilt into all the rider systems, or it'd be useless. Oops. Yeah. Just keep switching. Oops. Ironically, I wasn't the biggest fan of the Decade series, mainly because of its very stunted sort of ending, and its lack of a focus on Decade himself. Because even to this day, they've never adequately answered who he is, where he's from. There was one movie that came out to coincide with the ending of the series. And in it, this shouldn't be major spoilers, this aired like 7 years ago. In it, it's revealed that Tsukasa here has always been a bad guy. Like, it was never a question of, you know, will he unite everyone or destroy everyone? He was a destroyer. He recovered his memory, and that's where the movie started, with him eliminating all the other riders. So he beat the crap out of them and converted them into cards for his own personal use. And that was that. But it started a really odd trend of him getting killed. You know, he would be defeated either through a new rider or the combined effort of the other riders. But then everyone would feel real bad about it and bring him back to life somehow, but he would come back to life good, even though it was revealed that he was always bad. I don't know, like, things just got really weird, and the formula just kind of kept looping over and over like that, where he'd become evil, they'd kill him, they'd feel bad, they'd bring him back. And he'd be like, well, thanks, guys, I don't know where I got into me this time. Okay. Decades in over his head, even he can have a bit of trouble. Gotta go in there and pull him out. Now, conveniently, a little bit of a DLC has come out in the meantime. You can actually see them both right here. So on the drive list, you can see Chaser, on the end there. Very excited for him. He's pretty badass. But first was Spectre. He came out on the 10th, I think. And he's obviously another Ghost character. He's the secondary rider from Ghost. And we're going to go ahead and use him. Ugh. And I better team him with Ghost. Because, you know, complementary powers and all that. Let's do it. So Spectre is from Ghost. And Ghost is the current ongoing series as of the time of this movie's creation. This movie's creation? This video's creation. Spectre is Ghost's childhood friend, but when he is first introduced, he is just sort of a nameless masked antagonist. Like, he just shows up, wrecks up Ghost, tries to steal his icons, and then leaves. Not a very nice guy, but it is steadily revealed that he is an old friend of Ghost and is fighting to save the soul of his sister. You know, he was told that he has to gather all the icons, and when he does, he can make his own wish, just like Ghost, but he will wish his sister back to life. So he starts out as an antagonist. And I'm not going to spoil too much about the series because it's a pretty large plot point, but in short, they do become friends in the friends again and fight alongside each other. So Spectre has his own set of icons. I've just been using them a little bit. The Spectre icon is his standard, obviously. It's not a heroic icon, it's just his own personal soul container. Hey, Ghost is having fun over there. Okay, he can also use Nobunaga. As in Oda Nobunaga. Whoops. Helps if I aim this thing. Which gives him, you know, a million billion guns to shoot. A secret portal. Oh. I can also use the Tutankhamen icon, as in King Tut, which converts his gun into a scythe. Ah, yeah, there you go. Good for barreling down hallways, just like this one. Now in the series he also uses the Houdini icon, but I don't think I can use it here. I don't think it unlocks or anything, I think I just don't get it. Which is a little sad. Now, unlike Ghost, I can't use, or rather, I don't use my icons as part of the combo. I just use my gun slash sword slash hammer, I guess, whatever, as the combo, and then I use triangle to use Nobunaga. Circle uses Tutankhamen. Let's see what his finisher is. That's where I... Okay, so that's a Spectre finisher, but it's using the gun itself. Which, actually, come to think of it, I don't think he's used this move in the series yet. At this point, even in the series, his ultimate form hasn't been revealed, and I believe in this game it's not used either. So when I mash the ultimate move button, I think I just used the standard Spectre finisher. Okay, like Ghost, I use all my current finishers. And there you go. Nothing major, so I'm just powered up a little bit. In fact, double it up. There we go. So nothing too spectacular. it's pretty obvious that they, I don't know, truncated his powers a little bit to avoid spoilers or something. It's a little disappointing, but there you go. I guess they can't all be winners. Wow. Metal Gear! Oh, jeez. Probably shouldn't turn my back on. So that's a bike from Fies. Ugh. That's actually the bike that the secondary rider Kaisha uses. But of course, it's still made by Smart Brain, so they have access to it as well. When we do Fies' World, I'll get more into that. But for now, it's just deeply inconvenient. I shouldn't use that one right close. There we go. That one's pretty strong. Hammer him from a distance. There we go. Oh, hey, Decade. I didn't see you there, actually. Alright, I think all I have to do is bust all these mini-bosses. Look at them standing in a perfect line for me. Ooh, curious where that guy's thinking he's going. Yeah. I guess they're not so much mini bosses. That works for me. Hey, what's up? So if it hasn't been clear, I help the rider and then bring them back to the den liner and they recover their memory. They remember who they are, I mean, in the context of their series, at least. I did turn up the difficulty. I did some experimentation, and it turns out that it doesn't affect all that much. Not much that I could see. But it'll give me extra points at the end of every episode, which should hopefully give me more level ups. Oh, I just unlocked Deno, apparently. For some reason. And Decade, obviously. Well, story time. And Ryuki's here. And Fies is here. And Blade is here. And Hibiki's here, and Kabuto's here. Did everybody just show up? Kiva's here. Oz is here. Forze is here. Wizard is here. Gaim is here. Ooh. So what, was Deno, like, helping out in the shadows or something? Unlocking other riders alongside me, and now we have to go back to 1971? Maybe? Yeah, unlock Ryuki, Fies, Blade, Hibiki, Kabuto, Deno, Kiva, Decade, Oz, Forze, Wizard, Gaim, Fies' motorcycle. Huh. Well, that's kind of unexpected. Huh. And I guess this is like a bonus... Oh, this is a bonus episode, isn't it? Or a bonus mission or whatever. Well, I'm surprised they went ahead and just unlocked everybody, but I guess it would be kind of ridiculous to have me unlock every rider one by one, because there's a lot of them. Okay, weird. Alright, well, in this next episode, we'll take a quick look at my brand new roster, I guess. I'll see you next time.